So these are the revealed books, the Shruti in their tradition, the Rig Veda, the Samaveda, the Yajurveda, and the Atharveda. These are the four great revealed books. Al-Biruni, the great Muslim scholar, he was a great Shafi'i scholar, he was a great historian. He actually learned Sanskrit. He sat with the Hindu pandits. He studied them, and then he wrote one of the most extraordinary books on comparative religion. One of the things that he said in that book, which is so stunning, is he said, "I shall not produce the arguments of our antagonists in order to refute them of such, as I believe to be in the wrong. My book is nothing but a simple historical record of facts. I shall place before the reader the theories of the Hindus exactly as they are, and I shall mention in connection with them similar theories of the Greeks in order to show the relation existing between them." So he actually was saying, I want to be completely objective. But what he sees, he differentiated between educated Hindus and uneducated Hindus. He said the educated Hindus were clearly monotheists. So this is really important for, I think, Muslims to understand. The Yajurveda says God is imageless and pure. The Rig Veda, the Brahma Sutra says, Akkam Brahma, there's only one God, La ilaha illallah. Truth is one. So, is the Prophet mentioned in the Vedas? There's something in Hinduism called the avatar, which is one sent down. Now, currently, most Hindus believe the avatar is really an incarnation of Vishnu. But they have a concept of the Antim avatar, which is the last one to come, the last one that will be sent. And they come when things are going wrong. So the last messenger is known in the Puranas as, in the Vedas as Narashansa, which is not as human. So it means that he's not a diva, he's not this demigod, but and then Ashans is praised. So it's the praised human. And then is the Prophet mentioned in the Puranas? Many Muslim scholars actually who studied Hinduism thought he was. Some of them argued that he was the Kalki avatar who comes in the Kali Yuga period, which is the last cycle. It's the age of darkness and strife. Even though in Hinduism they believe that these recur, but this age of darkness and strife is the age of fitna. And in the Mahabharata, it says the rulers become unreasonable, taxes levied unfairly. They no longer promote spirituality. God will not be discussed. Greed will be everywhere. Animosity will be amongst people. Religion will diminish with each passing day. People will have thoughts of murder with no justification. Lust will be seen as socially acceptable. People will be addicted to intoxicants. Spiritual teachers will abuse their students. People will no longer get married. Earthquakes will be common. The rich will dominate the poor. Sound familiar? Now, this man is one of the most extraordinary people, I think. Prince Muhammad Darashikoh. He was the son of Shah Jahan who built the Taj Mahal. This man, he learned Hebrew, he learned Greek, he learned Sanskrit, he knew Arabic and Persian. He wrote some extraordinary books. He wrote one book on all of the awliya. And then he translated the Bhagavad Gita into Persian. Really, really stunning person. But one of the most amazing books he wrote is called Majma' al-Bahrain. When he studied the Old Testament and the New Testament, he didn't feel there was Tawheed in them. He thought there was a lot of anthropomorphism and then the Trinity and these things. But when he studied the Upanishads, he said, this is pure Tawheed. And so he actually said they have the same teaching that we had. Upanishads are the secret book because the Brahman did not teach the Upanishads. They kept it secret and you had to go through great purification rituals to actually be taught the Upanishads. In fact, the person that brought them to the world was an Englishman who became a judge in the 18th century who was living in India. So he's actually the one that brought them out. But the Pandit that taught him made him go through, he had to give up eating meat, he became a vegetarian, he had to do all this ritual purification before he could be taught the Upanishads. So this was the view. But Darshikoh, Prince Muhammad, was actually the student of the famous Sufi Sheikh Mian Mir. And for people from Pakistan, Mian Mir is buried near Lahore. And still to this day, he's venerated by people from Pakistan. He was a Qadri Sheikh. He was also a faqih, a scholar. And so Dara Shikoh took his suluk with him, and then some say also with a student of Mullah Sadra, the great metaphysician. So this man is really, really quite extraordinary. But his father built the Taj Mahal based on Mullah Sadra's view of the world. And that's why this is understood to be the most beautiful building in the world.